Oh, why hello there, folks, and a happy holidays to you. You know, folks, I always enjoy this time of year. It's a time for giving and sharing, a time for colorful lights and ancient stories of goodwill towards men and apes alike, a time for Coca-Cola and rampant capitalism and crappy Hallmark movies. I'm still miffed that they didn't accept my script for a Christmas movie. Dang you, Hallmark! But most of all, it's about Yuletide cinema, a genre that's kind of lost its direction in recent years. I mean, I'm not a really big fan of these freaky Christmas Chronicle elves. However, I find there's no better way to get into the spirit of the season than by sitting down and watching some festive films. So here are some of my favorite pieces of holiday cinema. In the meantime, I'm gonna go get some cookies out of the oven and some smoking bishop, whatever that is. The Image Movers holiday movies. Specifically, I'm talking about Polar Express and A Christmas Carol. I don't think you'd classify Beowulf as a holiday movie, even if you want to.
No pencil.
Now, let's start with A Christmas Carol. Sure, there's plenty of adaptations of Charles Dickens' original work, each one adding its own special flair. And sure, I could tell you that the best by far is The Muppets Christmas Carol, and how wonderful it is, and blah blah blah. Everybody and their mom and dad loves The Muppets Christmas Carol, me included, alright? It's a masterpiece. Nobody's debating that. But I'm saying I also enjoyed the 2009 Robert Zemeckis version. Why? Well, the thing about A Christmas Carol is that it is, above all things, a ghost story. Many complain about the aesthetics of Image Movers, mocap models and everything, but I think the uncanny valley type visuals really aid in making scenes from the book that were pretty spooky to be utterly chilling. The Muppets brought the sentiment, the warmth, the comfort, but Jim Carrey brings the scares. And I think that's what really makes this film unique above the rest, and why I enjoy it so much. However, when it comes to the Polar Express, I think the biggest strength of this movie is its visuals. I mean, this film was originally made with IMAX 3D in mind, so there's a lot of points that are there just for spectacle, and the plot's, it's okay. But what I really love about Polar Express is it captures what I believe is the quintessential American holiday aesthetic. You see, when I think of the holidays in Europe, the image that comes to my mind is something like that of A Christmas Carol. I think of old, quaint buildings, frosted windows, ruddy faces, Christmas markets, huge feasts and tables adorned with holly, pears, oranges, pomegranates, carolers out in the snow, Yule logs, all that stuff. But when I think of the holidays in the United States, I think of something much more post-industrial. I think of cities, shopping, lights, mechanical figures that are kind of like steampunk powered by gears of Santa Claus and his elves, big turkeys, cranberry dishes, bright lights, jingle bells, big city plazas with lights shining down on them, Art Deco architecture, and trains. Lots and lots of trains. And in that aspect, Polar Express captured that spirit really well. Sure, I liked Tom Hanks. Sure, I liked the moving soundtrack. And sure, I liked the kid that's probably going to grow up to invest in crypto. But most of all, I enjoy Polar Express for preserving that kind of American holiday aesthetic. Jingle All The Way. Jingle All The Way is the first film I've ever seen with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, and I think it's really the peak of his career. I mean, ever since then, it's kind of gone downhill. Some were good, some were really bad, some were advertising noodles in a cup, but I still maintain that this film is probably one of my favorites of his. I still really enjoy the humor, the mockery of 1990s Sentai shows, the sleazy grifter Santas that sell bootleg toys, Anakin Skywalker yelling at Terminator. They are all very deeply and endearingly embedded into my psyche. But most of all, what I like about this film is it shows the endearing love that parents can have for their children, and the crazy lengths that they will go to prove that. Also, nobody likes Booster.
You know what? Nobody likes you, Booster.
Oh, wow! We don't like you, Dad! We hate you!
You know, like I said in the beginning, this is a very special time of year. A time to give, but most importantly, a time to receive. And there's nothing I'd love more on Christmas morning than... well, I could tell you, but I'd rather sing! I want a Gigantopithecus for Christmas. Only Gigantopithecus will do. I don't want a Switch, no hand-me-down Game Boy. I want Gigantopithecus to play with and enjoy. I want a Gigantopithecus for Christmas. I don't think Santa Claus will mind you. You won't have to use our dirty chimney flue. Just bust him through the front door, that's the easy thing to do. I can see me now on Christmas morning, creeping down the stairs. Oh, what joy and what surprise when I open up my eyes to see a great big monkey standing there. I want a Gigantopithecus for Christmas. Only Gigantopithecus will do. No Glyptodons or Zygomaterosuses. I only like Gigantopithecus, and Gigantopithecus like me too. Who wants a dog? Those beasts are rather mean. I'd rather have an ape that's from the early Pleistocene. There's lots of room for him in my two-bed abode. I'd feed him here and wash him here and teach him how to code. I can see me now on Christmas morning, creeping down the stairs. Oh, what joy and what surprise when I open up my eyes to see a great big monkey standing there. I want a Gigantopithecus for Christmas. Only Gigantopithecus will do. No Glyptodons or Zygomaterosuses. I only like Gigantopithecus, and Gigantopithecus like me too. Yeah. Huh. I wonder who that could be. Why, hello there. What, a message? Oh, well, thank you kindly. Well, it looks like I got a letter or something. I wonder what this is. It's a letter from the Paleontological Society. Let's see here. Gigantopithecus has been extinct for thousands of years. We truly do live in the worst timeline. Anyway, hey, speaking of things that vanish for no good reason, have you heard of the Snowman? I'm always surprised that many people that I talk to haven't heard of this movie. I mean, other than people in England. But the Snowman really is something else. Beautiful art direction rendered in a mixture of crayons, pastels, and other methods on celluloid, very well done animation, and a complete story told without a single word being spoken. On top of this, the driving force of the film is the wonderful score composed by Howard Blake, which punctuates and caresses each scene in this film. It's truly something special, and its main theme, Walking in the Air, is a wonderful, lovely song. It's so beautiful yet sorrowful at the same time. I think the big takeaway from this film, for me, is that some of the most beautiful things in life are transient. They could be here one day and then gone the next. Cherish the things you love. Tokyo Godfathers. Yes, I consider this a holiday movie. I mean, it does take place on Christmas Eve, and if this art style looks very familiar to you, it's because this film was directed by Satoshi Kon, the same guy that directed Perfect Blue. Check out my video on it if you haven't already. But Tokyo Godfathers follows three homeless people, Gin, Hana, and Miyuki, who find an abandoned baby in the garbage. Figuring that the parents would want their child back, the three decide to find the child's parents and go on one wacky ride in the process. I mean, other than the great art direction, amazing editing and cinematography for which Kon is known for, and the great soundtrack, what I love most about Tokyo Godfathers is the message that family isn't necessarily something you're given. Family is something that you can find. The people you want to be around, the ones that support you, the ones that care for you, that's your true family. And I'm not saying that my biological family isn't my family. They very much are. They do care for me. But I'd be remiss to say that I don't consider my friends to also be part of my family. My kin and my kith are very dear to me, just like Hana and Gin are to Miyuki in this film. If I may get a little emotional for a moment here, folks, this year has been really hard on me. It was full of stress and panic and anxiety in my own personal life, as well as a general weariness for the world. The pandemic marches on with very little change, but from time to time, my friends and family have been there for me. They've made me fan art. They've played video games with me. They've sent me care packages. They've supported my creative efforts every step of the way. And yes, I know I'm getting sappy, but gosh darn it, I love schmaltz, okay? I've been reading a lot about Buddhist philosophy and how to be mindful in everyday life. No, I'm not pushing some of my personal beliefs on you, but I will say one of my favorite Buddhist teachers, Thich Nhat Hanh, teaches about mindfulness and how anchoring ourselves in the present moment can cause us to be less anxious and to help us to focus on much more important things in our lives. One method that's suggested is that you should wake up in the morning with something that makes you smile, something that brings you joy. And well, this is what oh my god, no, that's not it at all, no! It's this. Fan art from my friends. All right here. Why? Because I look at this and I can't help but smile. These people, some of whom live a great distance away from me, took the time to put these together, as though to say, you go ape, we support you, and we love you. And it's not just the art they've made, but the excitement they have every time I make a new video, the time they take to listen and watch my stuff. They've always supported me through every wacky adventure I've been on, this one included. I'm glad that I have these people in my life. I'm glad that they're in my life because they make it significantly better. To my friends and my family watching this, thank you. And I love you with all my heart. And to totally kill the mood, you are truly the ones that are ape approved. But hey, this is a holiday special, right? We gotta end it on a musical number. So let me finish with a lovely little tune. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. May your heart be light. Later on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on our troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Oh, and I don't want to leave anyone out of this. So, happy Christmas to my British friends, Frohe Weihnachten to my German-speaking friends, happy belated Hanukkah, happy belated Bodhi Day, happy Kwanzaa, happy Yule to the pagans out there, happy...